Hi everyone, I am Carrie and I am your instructor for Math 141 Introduction to Statistics, the fall 2021 semester. I am teaching two sections, but everything is going to be exactly the same, so you might be in section 63 or 64. Both are totally online using Canvas and Newton. So we will do all of our work in there and all of our policies and procedures are the same. So we have the same syllabus. Email is a really good way to get a hold of me. It goes to my phone and I'm pretty responsive to those. You can also Canvas message me. I do have my office phone listed, but I will be very limited on campus this fall. I am only teaching online. So my office hours and most communication are going to be done via email, Canvas, and Zoom. So I won't be in my office a lot. Not a great way to find me necessarily. My office hours are going to be virtual via Zoom, Monday and Wednesdays from 9:30 to 11, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11. So those are times when I have my Zoom room open and you're welcome to just drop in with questions. And I'm also at my computer. If you just want to send me an email, you should know you'll get a prompt answer to that. Of course, we can make appointments upon request if those times don't work for you. We also have an embedded tutor in our course who has office hours from 11 to 1. So really from about 10 to 1 every day, you have some sort of immediate coverage. Here's my Zoom link and ID numbers if you need to just type them in. Again, we're totally online. Everything we're doing is online. I'm going to skip through some of the more boring information there. As far as a textbook is concerned, we have an OpenStax book embedded in our course and it's inside Canvas. You can just click on the link and open it. You do not need to purchase anything separately as far as a textbook is concerned. And really, it's more of a reference. Everything that you really need will be coming from my lecture videos and from the Newton, just their kind of instruction that's embedded there. The book is more to just look something up if you feel like you need to. As far as required and optional materials for the course, you'd have to buy Newton Alta's online program. You can purchase this from Newton inside the course once the course opens, or you can purchase a code from the bookstore on campus, whichever way you prefer. If you have financial aid, purchasing it directly from the bookstore, I think is the right way to go. But if you do not, if you're just purchasing it on your own, I think it's $39.95, and there's more information inside Newton about that. Of course, you need a computer or some device to be accessing the course, and you need internet access. You do need a webcam or your phone to do the Zoom sessions because we will have two Zoom proctored tests. And the way we usually do those is I have you Zoom me from your phone as your camera while you're taking your test on your computer. So you need some kind of a setup like that. And you also need the ability to scan and send your written work. You need some sort of a scanning app on your phone where you can take pictures of your written work that I will provide you scratch paper that you must use. And then you need to submit that. And if you don't submit your written work, then you do not get a grade for the test. Cam Scanner is just is one option, but any app that scans and turns written documents into PDFs, you need one of those. Those are the required things. Optional, you need some type of calculator. It can be a regular scientific calculator. It can be a graphing calculator. It doesn't really matter. You need something that does fractions, decimals, and percentages. It will certainly make your life a lot easier. And you need a folder or a binder. One thing that does not look like it got listed here that I'm going to just add, and I will update this document to reflect that, is you also need Microsoft Excel. We're going to be doing all of our statistical calculations in Excel. You can get Excel free through Heartland, and inside of Canvas, which I will show in another video, is a link for how to get Excel and the Microsoft Office 365 free through Heartland. So that's something that you will want, and I will add that here. These are all of the things we are going to learn this semester, which you will be interested in those as we get there, but probably not now. Those words don't mean a lot to you right now. What means a lot to you right now is the grading scale. So I use the standard 90, 80, 70, 60 grading scale. And here is how that is set up. Oops, I'm sort of coming out of there we go. So homework is 15%, and that's all in Newton. So are quizzes. And then there are some essay questions that you will have once per module. Those are also under the quiz category. That's 15%. There are 2 unproctored exams that you just take on your own time, and those are worth 15% each, so a total of 30%. We have a proctored midterm, which is 20%, and a proctored comprehensive final that is also 20%. So the 2 proctored exams are worth a little bit more in percentage, and then the unproctored ones are worth a little bit less. So 4 total exams, 2 proctored, 2 not. As far as late work and deadlines are concerned, all of the homework assignments and quizzes, everything opens on Saturdays at midnight. And then there are staggered due dates. So some of the assignments are due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. And then the rest of the assignments are due the following Sunday. So they all open on Saturdays. You have this whole week, but then you have staggered due dates, some on Wednesday, some on Sunday. So you cannot put everything off until Sunday night. You must do some work throughout the week. You need to submit the homework by the respective due date, either Wednesday or Sunday, to receive full credit. However, if you do miss a deadline, or maybe you're just struggling on one and you're working on it, but you haven't got it completed yet, you can still complete it late, just with a 10% penalty through the complete end of the course. So your homework is always worth doing, even if you have to do it late. If you have to schedule an appointment with me or with the tutor and complete it a little bit later in the week, if you miss that Wednesday deadline, it's still worth completing. You can still get an A on those assignments. So always aim for that. Of course, it's in your best interest to complete them by their due date so that you don't get overwhelmed and behind, and so you get the full credit, but still, late is better than not completing it at all. And then a reminder that you can always work ahead. If you get finished with those Wednesday assignments, definitely keep moving on to the Sunday assignments. Again, don't put them off until that very last day. It never fails if you put everything, or if you put things off until that last day, then that is when your internet goes out or your computer breaks or something happens and then you're out of time. Quizzes are also open every Saturday morning at 12 a.m. and due the following Sunday night. So quizzes you get the whole week to do. Any exam or any week that is not an exam week will end with a quiz. Your quizzes have to be submitted by that Sunday due date for credit, and these are different because if you have not completed a quiz by the due date, you get a 0 and there is no makeup for quizzes. You do not get to complete those late. It would have to be a very extreme circumstance, and you and I would have to talk about it, and I would have to okay any kind of an extension. There's no automatic extension. With the quizzes, you get 3 attempts, and only your highest score will count. So I always try to suggest to get 1 attempt in maybe by Friday, and then use the weekend to try to get a better score on those. Okay. Essay questions. So essays fall under the same category as quizzes. Each module includes an essay quiz, and it's right before the exam. So it's during the same week as the exam. The essay will be due on Wednesday when the exam is due on Sunday. These essays require you to use all the knowledge from the module in order to solve a more complex multi-step statistical problem. And just like quizzes, late essays are not accepted. All right, then to exams. For exams, there are some things you cannot do and some things you can do. So you cannot use any of your own personal notes, have any person help you, or use technology other than the approved items below. So you may use any type of calculator, Microsoft Excel, we talked about that. I will provide you formula sheets if I believe that you need them. And I also provide you scratch paper. I have scratch paper that I have created that I want you to print off and use, or maybe use a tablet to write on them so that you get full credit for all of the questions. It reiterates exactly what I want to see because the online questions are very vague and I'm looking for very specific steps for full credit. So you will be using my scratch paper. As far as proctoring is concerned, cheating is obviously never okay, and we take this issue very seriously. Because we are still operating under COVID precautions and we are having limited time on campus, and we're a totally online class. Most of the tests are going to, well, the tests are going to be taken off campus, some with proctoring and some without. So what you can see here is our first module exam is not proctored, and it has a 2-hour time limit. The Module 2 exam is the midterm. It is proctored, and it's a shorter time frame. It's only a 1-hour test so that you have a smaller time commitment, since you're going to be sort of boxed into the time frame that I'm available on that. Module 3, again, is not proctored, and it's longer. And then the final exam is proctored for just an hour. You just have to be able to make it for 1 hour to take that exam. Your main choice is to take the test online proctored via Zoom during one of the 2 available time slots that I provide. And then the secondary choice is, if you absolutely cannot make either proctoring session, then you can use the Heartland Testing Center on campus. But you must let me know at least a week, even longer than that ahead if possible, before the exam if this is necessary for you, because I have to submit a form. We have to work it all out with the testing center for them to be expecting you to come in and take this exam. So it's a little bit of a process, and you cannot request that the day of. You cannot say, I want to take my test in the testing center. That won't work. So you have to plan ahead and communicate with me. Hopefully one of the 2 times that I'm offering will work for you, and that will not be an issue. As far as some more exam policies, we will have 4 exams, and I do have a calendar. You're going to be able to see that. They're due by their respective deadlines, extensions only given in extreme circumstances at my discretion, proctored exams taken during one of the available Zoom proctoring. So these are already set. You can look ahead right now and set your schedule to make that 1 hour that you're needed. Exams cover all material from the course, notes, homework, and quizzes. The best way to prepare for these exams is to complete all your assignments on time, to review your quizzes, and to use the Newton Review Center. So there's a review center that will help you built into Newton. When you're taking any exam, you will be using my provided scratch paper. You must send that paper in immediately upon completion of the exam, uploading it into Canvas as a single PDF document. So here are a couple links to some other scanning app pages. Maybe you already have a scanning app, and that would be fine. Okay, we're going to take a little break in the video here before we continue in part 2, getting a little bit more detailed about the proctored and unproctored exams.